Yep, that's right. In this episode, I pound 1,000 wizards. We also review my plan for the questing road ahead, tweet mod Ash, train my combats and various skills, and so much more. So stick around and enjoy the episode. Welcome to Enchanted, an Iron Man series where I am locked to the Western Isles region of Gillinor, which includes Tirannwn and the Isle of Souls. While being stuck in this dangerous and barren region, the goal of Enchanted is to build a high-level PvM account in order to fully complete the region's minigame and boss collection logs. In the last episode, we explored the Tirannwn region a bit, stopping by the Tyrus camp, charter ships, and Zulrah area before heading back into the underground pass to farm zombies for an iron axe drop, which we successfully obtained. In this episode, I'd like to prepare for my first quest, Regicide. In order to do this quest, I'll need the following stats shown here. We'll talk a little bit more on questing a bit later. Before we get into training, mining, and crafting, I'd like to round out my region exploration by stopping by the Isleworth camp. So let's head there now. Okay, looks like there's some high-level archers and warriors here. Ooh, let's talk to Lord Isleworth. Okay, he's an old head with nothing cool to say, but we do have a book of bangs now. Kinky. Oh, I guess it's not that kind of book. Let's dump it. Are you f***ing kidding me? There's a fire in this camp?
I'm so sad!
More warriors and archers. Ooh, and pot. All right, let's check out this cave. Oh. Maybe not. All right, enough tomfoolery. Let's make our way to the limestone pit and start making some real progress here. Okay, now that we've made our way to the limestone mine, and seeing as we'll be here for a while until at least level 30 mining, let's discuss questing and the road ahead. So as mentioned at the beginning of the episode, the first quest that I'm preparing for is Regicide. Why Regicide, you might ask? That's a great question. And it all stems from the first major goal of the account, which is to unlock Prifddinas via the completion of the Song of the Elves quest. The Song of the Elves quest requires the following stats to be obtained and prequel quests completed. As a reminder, each of these quests will require me to leave the designated region. Bummer, I know, but I've made things interesting by limiting the total number of and duration of the trips outside of the region. I've given myself just 4 trips outside of the region, meaning I will need to complete the remaining 11 quests in just 4 trips. Another layer to all of this is that I must obtain the minimum skills needed to obtain or create the items needed through each quest. A great example of this is the level 30 mining I'm working towards right now. 30 mining is not a hard requirement of completing Regicide. However, during the quest you need 7 pieces of coal. Coal is unlocked at level 30 mining, so I will be required to obtain 30 mining prior to completion of the quest. With these rules in play, I decided to organize the quests into 4 planned trips. I also found it helpful to outline the minimum stats required for each trip as shown here. Trip 1 will include Making History, Priest in Peril, Restless Ghosts, Regicide, and the Waterfall quest. Trip 2, Roving Elves, Sheep Herder, Big Chompy Bird Hunting. Trip 3, Morning's End Part 1 and Part 2, with Trip 4 being Song of the Elves. On top of limiting the number of trips, I will also be time boxing each of these quests, essentially creating a need to speedrun each of the quests to completion. If you're unfamiliar with speedrunning, basically you attempt to complete the objective, in this case questing, under a certain time frame. Speedrunning in OSRS was officially released into the game in late 2022, but only for a select few quests. However, the official OSRS speedrunning community has existed much before this time. They even have their own Discord channel and page on speedrun.com. I've linked their pages in the description below. In the release of speedrunning to OSRS, Jagex set up various tiers and rewards based on how fast you could complete the quest against their tiered benchmarks. For example, if you're going to speedrun Cook's Assistant, you'll need to complete the quest in under 2 minutes to achieve the Platinum Trophy, 2 minutes and 15 seconds for Gold, 2 minutes and 45 seconds for Silver, and 3 minutes and 30 seconds for Bronze. So why is all this important? It's important because I want to hold myself to the highest accountability possible. I mean, this is an area restricted account where I'm leaving the area for Pete's sake. As such, I've reached out to the speedrunning community for guidance on what realistic and reasonable completion times I should aim for on the quests. I figure, you know, these guys and gals are the experts. Well, what I got in response from one of the group moderators and admins was to cheat and lie. Cheat and lie to all of you. Absolutely unacceptable. I will not be doing that. Instead, I poured hours of research into these quests trying to find any timed information I could. That said, my research turned up very little. In fact, we will be making RuneScape history as being the first documented Ironman speedrun of many of these quests. I decided to take another approach by compiling all of the quests by official difficulty and, where available, attributing some estimated time of completion. Here's what I came up with as far as a general times to beat by quest. If you have any further information you'd like to share regarding these quest difficulty, expected time to completion, and documented speedrun, please leave a comment below. Additionally, I'm seeking recommendations for penalty if I am not able to complete these quests in their given time. So comment below with recommended penalties. So back to Regicide and Trip 1. Unfortunately, I will not be able to officially speedrun Regicide as I was required to start the quest in order to even access the Tirannwn region. That said, I'm going to use this episode to work towards the necessary skills and prepare to speedrun the Waterfall quest, Restless Ghosts, Priest in Peril, and Making History. One last thing to mention regarding the questing, I will be live streaming each quest run on my Twitch channel, so if you'd like to follow along, consider following my account. The link is in the description. Well, would you look at that? While we were chatting about questing, I successfully grinded to 30 mining. Along the way, we received 2 sapphire drops, which had me curious about their rarity. So I quickly headed over to the wiki and was met with more questions. Like all good scapers, I decided to conduct research on the only other credible platform on the internet, Twitter. With a quick tweet to Mod Ash, all was resolved. Balance brought back to the force, and wiki. We also learned that uncut sapphire drop is actually really rare. Gotta love that Ironman luck. With 30 mining out of the way, let's head back to the Tyrus camp and port to start working on crafting. For crafting, we'll be using soda ash, buckets of sand, and forming molten glass. From there, we'll purse our lips and blow. Lucky enough for us, that furnace in the Tyrus camp is really close to the port. We're gonna run over there and smelt up some molten glass. This is so convenient. We're literally gonna crush through these levels. Yeah, there's already level 2 crafting right there. So I decided just to hang out here and do a few runs and crush out to level 10 crafting. That's all the requirements for Regicide. However, we do need level 24 crafting for Making History quest, as we will need a sapphire amulet. And unfortunately, a bozo move by myself. I sold those rare sapphires from the mining. I gotta come up with some more sapphires somehow. I think that's where I'll leave crafting for the time being, and we'll circle back to complete the level 24 requirement later. Even though it's not a strict requirement of this account, magic will be vital for a few reasons. Reason 1, it'll be needed to train construction once I unlock level 40, teleport to home. Reason 2, it will provide increased magic attack defense against the future bosses of this region. And reason 3, High Elks might be my best moneymaker. As we've seen, these general stores are robbing me. That said, I think it's time we take our first attempt at the level 9 wizards in the underground, because their drop table is littered with various runes that I'll be able to use or sell to the store. So I'm going to make my way there now. So I've equipped just the steel halberd because with each piece of armor I wear, my magic defense lowers. The downside is the halberd's attack speed is extremely low, and with my magic level being at level 3, I'm getting absolutely shredded by these wizards. There's our first wizard KC, and we got some chaos runes. It's pretty sick. I mean, this is a very common drop, but still pretty cool. Just a few KC later, and we get our first piece of magic equipment in the form of a staff. This is actually really awesome, as I'll now be able to autocast spells if I ever get any runes. It also has a +4 magic attack and defense bonus, making it my most useful weapon against the wizards. I ate through my food extremely quickly, so I'll be heading back to the forest to gather more cooked rabbit, and I've been passively training my woodcutting, firemaking, and cooking level. There's level 12 firemaking. As I head back into the underground for round 2, I realize I could potentially speed up my kills by activating some prayers. There's an altar on the floor below the wizards where I can quickly recharge my prayer points. And although I'll have a negative magic defense bonus, I'm going to try to speed up kills by wearing the armor and using the iron mace. We've got a nice hit points level coming in here, 36. That's awesome. Even with the prayers activated and faster attack speed, I'm still getting cooked. Oh shit, a blue wizard robe. This is exactly what I need. This will add another +3 to my magic attack and defense bonus. Pairing this up with the staff will give me a total of +7 magic attack and defense. It's time to ditch the armor. The last piece I'm after is the blue wizard hat, which will complete my magic gear and give me a total of +9 magic attack and defense bonus. Roughly 30 minutes later, and we finally got the blue wizard hat. Our mage setup is complete, and it's time to start farming these boys. And the goal is 1000 KC. My current route is to kill and cook the single rabbit spawn just outside of the underground, filling my inventory with as many as I can. Once in the underground, I'll kill as many wizards as possible, averaging roughly 15 kills per trip, while using and recharging my prayer points. This cycle takes roughly 12 minutes from start to finish, so let the 13-hour grind begin. As I hit 500 KC, I decided to sell some of the runes and put the others to work by attempting to kill my first elf warrior. As I finish off KC 1000, I wanted to share a full stat progress. We started this grind with a total level of just 334 and ended with a total level of 469. That's 135 levels gained. Of course, I want to show off the loot tab. Here it is. You can see all those juicy rune drops that we've got, and we put them to work. We're now 21 plus in magic, and I can't help feeling like I need a second KC at the elf warriors. I am definitely not doing so hot right now. I've just ran out of runes for Fire Strike and have just 9 more casts of Earth Strike to defeat him. I'm really hoping this pays off with a solid drop. I'm now down just to a few more casts. I'm going to throw Curse at him, see if this helps. Come on, come on, come on. It's coming down to the wire here. I've got just one more cast. Let's go. Come on, please hit. Please hit. Yes, that's f***ing right. Let's go. Come on, give me something good. Oh, shit. Just some coins. I'll take it, though. I think I'll head back to the Tyrus camp and port to finish up my crafting requirement of level 24. As I wrap up the final crafting level requirements for Making History quest and the last requirement for all of the quests in Trip 1, I cannot help but to reflect on the fact that we will literally be making OSRS history with these quest speedruns. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode. If you are enjoying the series so far, please spread the word, tell someone about the series, or make a post on social media, and I'll see you next time.